Hello, welcome to another episode of Drive Marketing. This afternoon, Corey and I have the pleasure to sit and visit with the man himself, Mr. Brian Martin, Hereford, Texas. Brian, how are you?
Good. How about you guys?
Hey, doing great.
Yeah, we are doing good. We are going to sit here tonight and visit with you about your upcoming sale. Show the brand steer sale held in Friona, Texas. Looks like it's coming up March 2nd at 7 p.m. Brian, take just a second and tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit of what led up to an industry leading steer sale of its kind in the state of Texas.
You bet. It's actually Saturday, March 5th at 4 p.m. after Mike Mims' sale. And, you know, last year was our first time we ever had a sale because I wanted to have a sale, but I wanted to have it after my kids were done showing because everybody always thought, I was always keeping the best ones, even though I'd sell anything because we had to pay our bills around here. But we happened to get along pretty good and win a lot. So we had our first sale last year, and it went really, really good. And I had it at Hearst. That Clinton Hearst built a sale facility, and this year he's got cattle in it. And Jake Frankie, Carl Montaigne, Jeff Jackson, P.D. Miller, and Kyle McCracken's he's one helping out with Hearst. And it's going to be good. We got some real good cattle there.
Good deal. No, it's always when you think of Brian Martin, you think of the BM brand. You do think of quality without a doubt. And tell us a little bit. This new knock knock bull that we're seeing surfacing around social media. Something you guys are awfully proud of, and it's obvious from a breeder standpoint. Probably means just a little bit more to you guys, doesn't it?
You bet it does. I raised him, and he's out of that Monopoly Kelly cow mine. And when he hit the ground, I thought he was absolutely incredible. And boy, he is. I've had a lot of phone calls lately, and it's really hitting good. Barry Ryman called me the other day, and told me, "Hey, I think you got something because we've got 5 on the ground, and they are absolutely really good." So, hey, Barry calls you. You know you're doing something right.
Yeah,
And he's an MAB, right? Is that
Right.
MAB?
He is actually
No.
In God We Trust out
Oh,
of
he's
the
an In God
Monopoly
We
Kelly.
Trust. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's an In God We Trust. Yep.
In God We Trust out of that Monopoly Kelly cow. Yep.
And he's
And
double
he's
clean.
yeah, yes, I was gonna
Yep.
say TH and PHA free.
Yep.
You bet.
Yes, he is.
Yep. And he's out of the C75 cow, is that right?
Yep, that's right. C75's her number, and I mean we've sold a pile of embryos out of her, and she's that cow right there has gave us so much success. It's unreal. You know how I've been raising cattle for probably 25 years, raising show steers, and you always along the way you have those special cows, and this one right here has been really special.
Well, and her mother, let's face it, she probably had more effect on the industry as a whole, as we know it, as any cow ever has. Probably the original Kelly cow.
Hey, you ain't lying. Hey, Nick Ryman is still lingering around because hey, I remember Kelly. I remember running around with him and seeing her out there at Yackley's, and I mean she was incredible to look at, and I'm just happy to have something that my buddy out of her that my buddy had. Yep, I really am.
Hey, and she's got 2 steers in the sale, the tag 50 and the tag 100, right?
Yes, that lot 50 is a full sib to knock, and then I flushed her to King Cobra, and lot 100 is the King Cobra, and I mean those two are flat special. I mean, once again, she stamped them. She had real good ones.
That's great. Gotcha. And just listening to you talk about C75 and the influence she's had from a guy in Texas that's known for these show steers and not just a trader, but a breeder, what was it about Knock Knock that made him stand out to the point that you said, hey, this one's different? This one is elite, and this one was going to reproduce here. What was it about him that solidified that for you, that saved his business?
He had, for one, he was orange, and that color is so special in our deal. For slick shear cattle, those orange ones stand out, or like a yellow color, they stand out. And his feet and legs were incredible. His depth of body, he was so deep. He was short ribbed, short backed, and he had a neck to die for. And I mean, to me, they got to have a neck on them, because the older they get as fat steers, they start shrinking up in their neck. And I mean, I think they got to start. You got to start out with a pretty one.
Gotcha. Awesome. Well, and you just said that, talking about those fat steers, and the older they get, they shorten up just a little bit. And I can't help but ask you, and just be in awe of the backdrop. I'm assuming that's your office. I have never been to your place to see, but I'm telling you right now, that is the most impressive looking backdrop of Texas champions, the Houston trophies up there lined up, the cups from Fort Worth,
San Antonio, belt buckle.
Yeah, San Antonio. I mean, really, let's talk about
Austin.
the past winners. And I mean, it's not just last year or this year at San Antonio, Brian. These things stem back. I don't know. I've known you 20 years, I think, and you were in the backdrop at the big ones 20-something years ago. So nothing new, but talk about it.
No, I've been very blessed, but I'm telling you, I mean, it takes a lot of work, hard work. You work 7 days a week. I mean, you never have any time off to try to do it and do it right. Just like raising that steer that won San Antonio the other day. I mean, you go out on a limb sometimes, and you breed some of these to a bull that you think that might hit. And I tell you what, that C15 cow, she hit big time with that one that just won. I mean, that calf from day one stood out, and he stood out at my sale last year. And hey, I was very happy for that Altman family. That Luke, he did a great job and showing. And I mean, he's only 10 years old, and that kid did an incredible job. So I was very happy for them and all of us. But, you know, we've been winning. I went to work for Maddox back in, I think it was 91, maybe 92. And I went to work for the Burnson family, helping them under Bobby. And I'm telling you, we had a champion at Fort Worth that year. And then I went to work for Rashes under Maddox, and we had a lot of success. And then I got out on my own, and I won for the Wall family, Zach Wall, and you know his boy, William. He won Houston just recently and last year. And I tell you, I mean, I've been really blessed. It's been really, really good.
Right.
And all my kids, they've won a lot. We won San Antonio last year in stock. You know, we won Fort Worth in 2013 with stock, and that was another one we raised, that 105 cow that me and Nick bought part of from
I remember
Sullivan.
Nick flew down there that year, didn't he?
Yep, he flew down there, and it was awesome. It meant a lot because me and him bought half that cow from John, and hey, it worked out great. And that one right there, it means so much to raise these things that win.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, we raise a lot of them and you sell them, but I tell you what, and we buy a lot of them, and but it means so much more when you raise them and go all the way through.
Right. And that was in 13, right?
That was in 13. Stock had reserve grand in 12, and then champion in 13. And then Sage had 2 reserves, and one of them we raised actually, and the other one I got from Steve Bonham. So yep.
Corey, there's a funny story when stock in 13, when stock, a little bitty cat, he wins that thing, and I had text Brian congratulations, and he was kind of pouted just a little bit in typical Brian fashion. He said, "I wish we could have been reserved there 8 times in a row and then won it on the last one."
Hey, you ain't lying about that. That show, I tell you what,
Yeah.
that show right there sure can help a guy out in this business.
Right. Oh,
Yep.
that's
But
awesome.
no, I mean they were little. You know what was great about that year? Sage had a Baldy that I got from Steve, and so she wins class 9 and he wins class 10. And I tell you
wow.
what, her Baldy calf, hey, he was good enough to almost get reserve. I think he would have damn sure thought twice about it if it wasn't both my kids showing it at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's awesome.
For sure.
Awesome.
Yep.
Good.
Well, hey, raising these champions, and obviously you've had many of them. This deal's changed in the days of, like up here in South Dakota, guys just AI and cows and randomly getting these great show steers. Them days are over with, and you've got to have, like we talked about, the Kelly donor and all the donor power you got. You've got donor power behind these steers and these sales. Tell us a little bit about C75, C15, C36, D7, kind of the cows that pull the weight of Martin cattle.
Yeah, and we've got this cow called D7, which is she's a solid gold, where you could breed her back to lots of different things. And then C36, which she's an MAB out of a class act cadaver cow we call 225. Well, one year, Jordan Hicks, he's working for me, and he wanted one of them heifers, and I let him buy a monopoly out of that cow, and he calls her 226. And she raised the grand at San Antonio one year. I can't remember what year that was, but it was a black and white mane, and that thing wins San Antonio. So, I mean, it's just great how these donors just keep making good ones. I mean, them donors are so special. Them good ones, they can make you or break you. You spend so much money with Transova and other places, Flushing and IVF and like at Mims's and all that to make great ones. But that's what you got to do, because you can sit there and having a whole herd of AI cows, and it's great, but that one donor can replace that whole set of AI cows. That means you got to have a lot of recips, but I'm telling you, it's sure enough worth it.
Right. Yeah, I like that. Talking about just the influence in those special donor cows that you had there, and I know you guys. I want to guess those cows that carry the weight. Corey was asking about. You raised those things too, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Like that C36 I raised. Actually 225. She originally come from that class act cadaver cow. She come from 10 Triple X. Remember when Bill Cody was running that deal?
Cody ran that. That's right.
Yep. And she actually, I think, come from Gregory's. Bob May buys her from Gregory's and then sells her to Bill. I mean, there's always a story behind all of it. Just like the Kelly cow with Nick buying her from Bridwell. And then how she's made so much stuff. And I actually got lucky and bought that monopoly out of her. And heck,
Did you buy her in the first class sale then, or?
No, I didn't. Man, who did I buy her from? I can't remember who I bought her from, but I got lucky and got her bought. Some boy had bought some embryos from Nick, and he was going to have a sale, and he wound up having an online sale, and it didn't go so well, and I wound up buying her, so it worked out pretty good.
Wow.
Yep.
Gotcha. Hey, so recently, and I mean, it's real recent, hot off the press, San Antonio 2022. We talked about that calf. How about San Antonio 2021? You're kind of on a roll here with this San Antonio backdrop. Talk about that calf and with Sage.
Oh, that calf. So Mark, Copus had called me and said, "Hey, I got one for Sage. Don't worry, I got one." So I messed around for a whole month because I said, "Hey, I'll get there. I'll get there." I was so busy with this sale and all that, and doing other things. And well, it wasn't this sale, but selling cattle. And I finally went over there, and he said, "Hey, there he is." And I went over there, and I was like, "Holy shit, he damn sure is." And hey, that thing was special. He was so awesome. He'd stand there. He would stand in a show position for an hour if you had to, and never move a muscle. He was incredible. Just to, I mean, we've been. I won in 2000. I won San Antonio with one that I raised. I sold to a family. Clint Petzold was actually working for that family, and sold that one. And I hadn't had success there since then. And then now look, Sage wins, and now we win again. I mean, it's funny how all that stuff works, but hey, it's a great feeling to have it happen.
What was that calf, Brian?
Okay, that calf was he In God We Trust. In God We Trust.
Yep.
Saint Amant raised him. Jake Saint Amant raised
Oh,
him.
no kidding. How about
Yep.
that?
Wow.
Yep, Jake raised him. I can't remember what cow he's out of, but it was Jake raised him.
Yep.
Wow. Good.
And he won that. And like when he walked in there as an AOC, he won like hands down. I mean, he was just that good. He was that special, just like this one this year. You know, when you get them special ones, they stand out. I mean, it's crazy. But that's kind of how this business works. I mean, you got them good ones, and I mean they stand out, and you sure wish you owned them. I'll just say that.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, hey, jumping into this year's set, Brian, just talk about just a few of them here. This tag 50 full sib to knock steer. You know what is that's kind of just the spring major show Denver on after that type of deal, size calf.
That one right there is a San Antonio or Houston. That to me, he's a Houston special. Unreal for Houston. Just flat got he is built. That's what Knock looked like as a calf.
Okay.
Good haired, sound. His muscle was right. His feet and legs were incredible. And that's exactly, if you saw him in person, that's exactly what Knock looked like. And that, to me, that one's super special for Houston.
Okay.
And then we got a black one, and that that one's a In God We Trust out of that Monopoly Kelly C75. And then we got a black one that's tag 100 is a King Cobra out of that deal. And I mean, he looks like to me he could be real special at you could take him to Denver, but he looks like a Fort Worth special all the way. He looks like something Callahan would love.
He got the choke long neck on him for sure.
Boy, he's got a long neck, but his feet and legs and his belly is incredible. I mean, just flat. He should not have a neck on him because from his shoulder back, he's so chubby, so built. He's built something just like Steve Bonham would like, but he's got a neck on him like I like. That's what's crazy about it. And we all know how Steve likes them cattle. I mean, they got to be chubby. They got to be dragging the ground with a belly. And that one right there, he's incredible, built like that. Just as fault free as you can make one.
You know what you and Steve have in common though when you like those cattle?
Yeah, they win.
That's right. That's right.
And then this one here's backed by the C75 donor.
He is.
Monopoly Kelly cow.
Yep. That Monopoly Kelly cow strikes again. I mean, it is absolutely awesome. Yep. And there's a whole lineup of these things. I mean, Hurst has got a bunch of good ones that Jeff Jackson's got a real good one in here that we've got partnered on, and then you got Jake. Jake's got some damn nice ones, and PD does. So it's going to be a hell of a sale. I mean, I hope it is, but we got the cattle to back it, and we're here to I'll clip and help everybody that buys stuff from me and Hearst. They're gonna do the same thing. Whatever people buy from Hearst, out of Hearst Sire Group, they're gonna fit and clip all theirs. So it's gonna be a good deal.
Right.
Now, does stock help with that, or does him and after Baylor and his heifer success, are they more heifer gurus
Well,
now, or?
what is it? The next generation, isn't it? Oh, wait a minute. The new era. He's sitting right here. The new era.
New era.
Well, actually, the new era. He's still got to help me, and Baylor's still got to help his dad. So
Yeah.
they get to go on their own every once in a while. We ain't gonna let them out of our sights too far.
Exactly.
Hey, no doubt about it, Brian. You know, your crew down there does a great job. Tell us a little bit about kind of what comes with the package of buying a calf in this sale and the support they get from your team.
Well, when you buy something from us, we 100% back our product. We love to go and help you at them shows, and a lot of these kids are young, just like that Altman boy. He was so young, and we go to them shows. We help teach them how to show, try to teach them how to do the right things. We got stock he can clip, fit, go to them shows just like I can, and Sage can go help teach them how to show. And then we got Sherry. She's back here helping, either taking care of feeding things or doing the books most of the time. And sometimes I'll get her out there on that wash rack, but it's I ain't tell you what, rinsing to me, I'm about over that.
Right.
But that's another story.
Right.
But no, we back our product 100%. We're here to help. We're here to sell you something and help follow it through all the way to the end. 100%.
Yeah, and that's so important in a days today. You know, you can get in a pickup from your house and drive in a day's time. You can see a lot of cattle out there in your part of the world for sale, you know, for the next 30, 40 days. But I think what sets guys apart today is that customer service, and you guys have made that such an integral part of what you do. And so, hey, talk to us real quick after this sale. I mean, you guys probably have consultants that'll be through there, guys that can talk to you, yourself, Stock, Clinton, Trey Hurst, Jake Frankie, Kyle McCracken, Sherry, obviously. Is there anybody else that you want to throw out there that that's going to see those things, or you'd be, you know, call them or just call you guys?
You know, so all the cattle that I sell, just call me. And then like the Hearst, you call Hearst cattle that they sell, just call Trey or call Trey, Clint, or Kyle McCracken on that
Okay.
deal. But all
Right.
like on all of my stuff, you can call me and I'll handle it. Even Jake Frankie's and Jeff Jackson's and PD's, I'll handle all that.
Okay. Good deal.
Yep.
And that's March 5th at 4 p.m. there at Friona. That's at the Hearst Cell facility. Is that right?
Yes, it is. Right after Mike Mims' steer sale.
Okay. Hey, what about trucking? I mean, I know there'll be some guys that can't be there. I mean, these cattle, I mean, is you got something lined up trucking wise, or what's your plan there?
We got people with trailers going here, there, and everywhere. So it's not a
Okay.
problem. We can get them to you in a reasonable fashion.
Good.
And a timely fashion, because I want them out of here as fast as I can. How's that?
Oh, I like it. I like it. Well, Brian, I got to tell you, it's been a pleasure visiting with you tonight. I'm going to commend you one more time on the backdrop there. That is one of the most impressive backdrops that I've ever seen, and yeah, I know you guys are proud of it as a family. This is a business for you guys. It's not a hobby, and you've made a heck of a name for yourself in that business. But good luck with your sale this coming weekend. Thank you for choosing Drive Marketing. And Brian Martin, what is your phone number, Brian, if somebody wants to reach out to you?
My telephone number is 806-683-5092.
Good deal. Brian, thank you again, and good luck with your sale.
You bet. I appreciate it.